Hello, my friends. Chris here again, and this time we're going to be talking about Nimona from 2023. It's streaming over on Netflix. It's one of their new original films. It's one of their original family films. It's about a knight named Sir Ballister Boldheart. He lives in this futuristic medieval kingdom. He's basically a street urchin. He's a nobody. He gets brought in off the street. The queen sees the heart of a hero in him, and then, puts him up for knight training. When he finally graduates from knight training, the whole kingdom hates him. They don't want him because they don't think he's worthy. He completes knight's training. The night that the queen is about to knight him, a tragedy befalls them. He's blamed for it, and he goes on the run. Well, he meets up with a young girl, Nimona. Nimona just happens to be a shape-shifting creature that he is actually sworn to destroy, that has plagued their kingdom. And now this movie is about, racism, bigotry, social perception. It's about all those things. And, I think that's a good message that our kids could learn about, accepting people who may look different than you or seem different than you. And even accepting people that society may not deem as cool or, someone that you need to hang out with. But, you have to see through that fog of perception and see who they really are. And I think that's a great message. But it is beaten into our heads in this movie. I mean, this movie is preachy. So we got Riz Ahmed as Boldheart, right? And we got Chloe Grace Moretz as Nimona, the lead. And I think that both of them turn in great performances, great acting, voice acting performances. I think the score is awesome. The score fluctuates. It goes between electronic music, rock music, hip hop. It explores the gamut of music. And the thing is, the music for the scenes really enhances each scene. The music is an enhancement to what we're seeing on the screen. And the choice of music for the scenes is impeccable. Absolutely brilliant. The comedy in the film is on point too. The supporting knights that are chasing Ballister and Nimona, they are idiots, but they are hilarious. I mean, absolutely hilarious. I laughed at them more than I laughed at anything else in the film. It has some pacing issues, okay? So the pacing, it feels rushed in some places. Like they don't really explain how they got, to where they were, or they don't explain some of the story beats in a cohesive manner where you can really understand them and digest them. It just seems like some of the film was a little rushed or wasn't explained well enough. But really, my only complaint about the film was the absolute just virtue signaling. I mean, it was just all over. And they beat you over the head with, you've got to accept people for who they are. You've got to do that, okay? Whether they're, two gay knights, whether they're, someone who looks different than you, whatever, you have to accept them for who they are, okay? They beat that into our heads in this film, and it drove me crazy. To the point that I was rolling my eyes, like, oh my gosh, are you serious? Like, why not just tell the story? Just tell a story without all this, like, you gotta be this way, you gotta be that way. You don't do that. Just tell me a story. I'm from the old school, okay? I'm from the 80s, when you had Secret of Nim and The Black Cauldron, Flight of the Dragons. There were no love interests. There was no, forced diversity or, you've got to accept people. There was none of that in those movies. It was strictly a story-driven animated film. And that's all I want. And another thing, I don't want my kids being, beaten over the head with that kind of stuff either. I don't need my kids being beaten over the head with social commentary for an hour and 40 minutes because, Netflix wants it to. Stop trying to condition my kids, Netflix. Stop that. Now, like I said, story is good. I love for my kids to see that story, to hear that story. That's a good story. But you don't have to put all the fluff and filler in there to try to get some kind of agenda out, because that's exactly what this felt like, was that they're trying to get an agenda out with this movie. This is the first animated film I've ever felt like it was brainwashing people, because it was just so blatant with its agenda. I mean, it really was. And a lot of people are going to get pissed off at me and say, I don't know what I'm talking about and this and that. Well, be mad. That's fine. Put it in the comments that you're mad. I don't care. I didn't like it, and I thought that they did a rather crappy job with their hidden messages in the film. You know what I mean? I just didn't like that. I didn't appreciate it. So that's it on Nimona, I guess. I give it 2 stars out of 5 because I personally didn't care for it. Like I said, you know, if you and your family liked it, awesome. Fantastic. I didn't watch it with, you know, anybody except myself and my kids. And, you know, my kids enjoyed it. They got the message of the movie. But as an adult, I can read between the lines and see what is happening there. And I just don't like it. So, if you liked it, awesome. 2 out of 5 stars. It's on Netflix. If you haven't seen it and you want to see it, go for it. Anyway, guys, if you want to get connected with more Cinema Dolce 56 content, feel free to look us up on Facebook with the little magnifying glass. Check us out. Join the group, participate in discussions with, you know, like-minded people and all that kind of stuff. And put your own reviews, your own videos, all that kind of stuff, man. We'd love to have you over there. But anyway, guys, if you keep watching them, I'll keep making them. God bless. Peace out.